and like the dude was all, they were like flexing on each other in my parking lot. And one of them was like a bull rider. He was a little dude. He was about my height and he's kind of skinny. So he was probably 140 pounds, but he was kind of ripped. And the other dude was like kind of heavy set and probably 5'10", 5'11". They were kind of arguing back and forth, and like I'm pretty sure the heavier set dude like kind of chilled out a little bit when he realized that little scrawny motherfucker looked like he's ready to get in his ass. But they both still come around. Every once in a while, the other dude comes back, and I'm like, man, the other dude been here for 11 years at least, so I'm not gonna buy your tamales from you, bro.
Damn, the tamale wars.
What's that?
Tamale wars.
Tamale wars. Yeah, I thought it was going down in my parking lot. I was like, oh, shit. I'm all standing there. Like, I mean, like, I'll work like a referee in UFC. I'll keep it a fair fight. Somebody starts poking somebody's eye, I'll fucking stop it.
Finally, during the podcast, I have some of these at my desk.
I'm gonna eat my last chips and crackers over here. I'm gonna grab my fucking White Claw.
Nice.
Yeah, I built my little LED box to take product photos. Immediately had a problem, but I'm gonna have to redo it.
Do you have like a little photo booth thingy? One of those little white?
Kind of. I'll pull up a picture. I made one last night.
Oh, excuse me. Fucking tamales. Oh yeah, Jim. I think Jim's going to be giving out a amp rack thingy today.
Dude, I've been like communicating with Jim constantly for the last like week. So you know, a lot of us have these bamboo printers, and like I was sending the same thing to like 7 people at a time. Like, every time I find something bamboo related, I'd send it to 7 different people. So I just made a group for it. It's called like Bamboo Boys, and he's in there.
I almost bought one this weekend. I should have.
I think I'm buying a third this week. Oh. I got confirmation that now 2 different distributors want 50 a piece of the soldering thing. So I'm like, all right, I can justify buying a third one.
Nice. Oh yeah. How do I turn this?
Well, I'm gonna get like so they make like 3 levels. Well, they make a bunch of different models. I'm gonna buy the one that's like in the middle.
All right, so in addition to the amp rack thing, Jim wants to also give away. Where the heck is my Facebook tab?
What's going on, Kitty?
Let's see if I can figure out how to do this here.
On the fire right here.
What happened to my StreamYard shit? Dude, I'm so out of sorts right now.
So I got my little fireplace thing right here. It's a gas fireplace. It's connected. You flip a switch, the fire starts. You turn the switch off, the fire goes away.
Nice.
But it's nice and warm. It works really good. But if you see right there, that's a cat.
Kitty.
She likes to lay right above that fire until you're pretty sure she's doing brain damage to herself. She loves that fire.
That's not good. That's terrible.
Jesus Christ, I look like a blob.
I just wanted to show these because Jim said he wants to give away one of these as well tonight. So,
fuck, man, how do I enter the contest?
Right? Those things are fire, dude.
Those are fucking dope. Those look really good.
So one of those and 2 back wall adjustable amp racks, he says here.
Very cool.
So should we do 3 winners or with the 2?
Jim, I think, man, I would really love to. I feel like one giveaway is most appropriate, and we could do another one next week or in 2 weeks or something. You know what I mean? I think maybe we give away a Quietly Loud shirt in a couple of weeks. We give away more Jim stuff. If Drew wants to make one of those wire thingies, Steve wants to do a shitting on him shirt. We circle back to me and then John Raby, and you know what I mean? I and Jim, like we should make a little sponsor spot for Jim up on the screen here. And maybe also a Gately and a Baseaholic and a fucking shitting on them up on the screen as well as sponsor things. I think that'd be kind of cool. But I mean, if Jim wants to give a whole bunch of shit away in one shot, I'm okay with that. I mean, I just think it'd be a great idea to have more giveaways available. That way we are doing something almost every week, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so just the amp rack things tonight then.
What do you think, Jim?
It's fine with me. As far as with Jim, I'm sure he'd be fine with it, but let's see. It's up to you guys. These are low value parts, motherfucker.
Those are high value parts, my guy.
Yeah, that distro block thingy didn't look cheap at all. If I made that should be $500.
No, it is $500. Jim just got that gym money.
That gym money. All right. Well, then let's just do the amp racks then. Then we'll save the pretty distros, or we can let the person who wins choose.
There you go. Because somebody might be like, yep, James, those were supposed to ship today, but we fucked up and didn't schedule a pickup today, so they're going to go tomorrow. We scheduled the pickup for tomorrow, but yep, they are on their way to you. You should have a tracking number in your ship, and it doesn't say that it's So anyway, yep.
Where did that comment go? Maybe I should just go do the show from the garage.
What's that?
Let's just go sit in the Explorer for the show and have the lights going off in the background, give everybody a seizure.
Do that shit.
Maybe later. Be nice.
Get naked and go jump in the Explorer.
You could catch the Explorer much earlier than Slam if you come to the Showdown, which is going to be in February. Dates are set, so hopefully see everybody there. Just do some sort of quietly loud thing, like leading up to it for the show, like something we do at the show involved with this. Something. Is that your new little light box? Picture
High quality, bud.
Why does it look like you can stand in there?
Mm-hmm.
It's all perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna put a hole in it and put your wiener through there?
Absolutely. But so I messed up.
Are those lights on top?
Yeah, those are LED strips. I messed up and put two more across the front and back, and I used some high temp hot glue, not realizing how hot these LEDs get. They get hot. So Brandy's going to bring home some better material for the sides and everything. I'm going to redo it with some different bright white LEDs. But like, it works really good. Like, I took that.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Professional.
Damn, I should have brought some of them home. That Gately thing that what you got there? What is this?
You know what it is?
That looks pretty wild.
In a Ford truck.
In an extra cab. No, is that a
True
Ford?
cab.
Wait a second.
It might be a Dodge.
What is happening with that?
So the sub sits here, and then this is a bunch of airspace, and the ports are on the sides.
Is that
for a Solo X12?
Jesus? Whose car is this?
Dalton Jones. Yeah, it's a Dodge. Then he's a Dodge guy.
It'll probably sound pretty good.
I mean, this is older. I say older. He built this a couple months ago. He said it jams. So.
Is that set? Hold on, go back one. It doesn't matter. Was that behind the back seat, or is that a single cab? Or single cab.
It was a crew cab. The sub was in between the two seats, the console and the back seat.
The last picture almost made it look like it was in front of the front seat. That would have been kind of crazy.
Jim, I have an S23 Ultra. I haven't tried to remove the background of anything though.
Check out Chris Jenner's question, Drew.
What would cause a sine wave to round off on the bottom of a stroke negative rail? I guess it depends on what it is.
Are we talking about before going into the amp or coming out of the amp?
Yeah, give us like what are you measuring and how are you measuring?
Yeah, so figure out your sine wave from whatever's generating that signal, because you need to verify if that sine wave that you're playing is creating that, like if something's fucked up of that audio track that's creating that sine wave. and then going into the head unit, and then out of the head unit, and then into the processor, and out of the processor, and all the way until you're talking about from amp clean input. Are you sure?
Jim, how do I do that on my phone, bud?
What, the picture thingy?
So it's clean going in and bad coming out of the amp. The man to talk to
yeah, I've seen that.
Is Eberg Amplifier Repair. He would likely be able to actually nail down what really causes that. And I want to know.
What? Nope.
I've got one of these Pixel 8s that just came out that's supposed to have that stuff.
Chris,
too.
what amp is it?
I haven't messed with it.
I mean, there's a chance just the bottom rails are not as good as the top ones.
Sheesh. Verified clean input for sure. So Chris, I'm pretty sure your shit's all fucked up. That's the technical term for that. No, I mean, there must be a little damage in that amp. It might be reasonable to repair.
How much AC voltage wise? What do you make? Is this loaded or unloaded? That's another important question. Loaded or unloaded, and what voltage are you making it to before you have issues?
They're going in mine. I don't know, probably a lot of builds, but
I think Baba doesn't quite understand that the 6.5s were a temporary thing, and that the L7Xs will be going in the truck
unloaded, 105.
And all of you guys are going to have opportunities to win some of those, purchase some of those, and Steve and I will.
What are you using to measure it, Chris?
Wow, this is wild, dude. I've never used this magic eraser shit before, but it's kind of funky. I'll show you guys something.
Okay. Shallow? What are we talking about, John Kane? Shallow what?
The subs, I think.
Shallow punani.
Yeah, I suppose my 6.5s are relatively shallow compared to like 18s or 15s, but they're pretty deep compared to any other 6.5s on the market. Probably not anything that has a deeper mounting depth. What you did?
Can you kind of see it? So they took a picture of this bottle on my desk right here that has a bunch of shit behind it.
Okay.
I erased it all.
Oh, nice.
But you can see how it warps the bottom because
Yeah.
it's like my cutting mat.
Right. Yeah.
Weird. Okay. Well, that's cool.
So I mean, once we started really breaking in the 6.5s, by the end of SEMA Fest, the 6.5s were starting to really get it. And I presume that Steve's maybe had a little more playtime since then. I don't know. But no. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult to get that thing out and do something with it. So, but yeah.
Yeah. There is a IFO this Sunday coming up that I may try to trailer it out there for. There's also the same Sunday. It's called Gears and Grinds. It's more like a high-end, like a Cars and Coffee, but it's open to everybody.
Hi, Blake. I'll see you Monday, buddy.
I figured I might go there and piss off some Lamborghini owners and shit.
Yeah, do that shit.
That would be kind
of Chris, fun. Send me a picture of what you're looking at. like what you're seeing on your scope.
Also, switch that signal around to see if that ugliness goes to the top.
Yeah.
This is something we should probably talk about because there was a nice week long of drama. Or not drama, but just some funny shit with Scott.
Bro, how does Brad manage to be in everything?
That's Steve's boy, dude.
Brad and fucking Travis. Don't forget
fucking
Travis.
Palling around with the fucking loserest of the fucking losers, Steve.
Yeah, I'll be in.
Well, not anymore. I mean,
I'll be in Bixby Friday to Sunday, and then Stillwater Monday morning, and then Oklahoma City Monday afternoon, and then Dallas like Tuesday morning or Monday night.
What are you doing?
ASQS this weekend. I wasn't gonna go, but got an offer to go, so I'm gonna go. And then Monday I'm gonna hit up Kicker because it's an hour away, and then I'm gonna go check out DD, like to spend some time there Monday, and then Monday night I'm going to Dallas on the way home for two things. One, stop at Micro Center to buy another 3D printer because they stock them, and to drop off some speakers and hear possibly one of the baddest SQ vehicles ever built. So.
All right.
Yeah, gonna check out Dan Merritt's Challenger Thanos.
Oh yeah, shit, man. That sounds awesome.
I will take some photos as permitted.
Yeah. I want to see their beef jerky fabrication room.
I got something in beef jerky.
No,
yeah, poor John Robbie. Don't thank us again.
April Fool's joke, beef jerky sub. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But Didi and Kicker kill it with their April Fool's stuff.
They have it in their little display room when they have all the. Have you been there, Bobby?
I have not been to DD.
Okay. They have like a small museum that's it's not similar to Kicker's. Kicker's is ridiculous. But they have a little museum that goes from like their first sub to where they are now. The beef jerky one's in there. Yeah. It'll play. It's pretty cool. It's got like I think it has does it have a leather surround as well? Drew, do you know? Do you remember?
Blake will know.
Blake, does it have a leather surround? Where are you at?
Can you guys bring up a picture of this thing? I'm sure some people.
You could probably eat it. It's beef jerky.
Kyle, I already fucking did that shit like 3 years ago. I had a customer bought a fucking super badass acrylic box for 2 nightshades. It wasn't all acrylic. It was 1.5 inch thick birch, bottom, sides, and back, and then it had a 1.5 inch acrylic top and front and port assembly. We 3-dimensionally engraved a Hulk because that's what he called his truck. It was a green supercharged Ford Expedition, and that is fucking hysterical. And the magnet boot is dope as fuck, and I would love to actually have that on subwoofers for real, because that is fucking sexy. That looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what it was. The dust cap is leather, and
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and it's
a regular surround. It's super fucking funny. When they did that shit, I was dead. But so customer showed up at my shop, and he had a 1-inch MDF, like really fucking haggard box. And he was like, dude, I built that shit at like 1:30 in the morning, pissing off my neighbors. I was hammered. And he was like, and I was out there cutting it with a fucking jigsaw because I was afraid to use my skill saw because I was drunk. And he cut all of his 1-inch MDF cuts with a fucking jigsaw and screwed and had just glue glops all. It looked like shit. But he was like, dude, it was, and he left it. He was supposed to come back and get it. And the next day it was sitting in front of my shop still. And he was like, oh my God, I fucking forgot. I'm so sorry. Just throw it away. And I was like, okay, no problem. And then Allie took it and stuck a Gately placard on it and put it on the fucking photo table and took a bunch of photos for it. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm going to use it on April Fool's Day. This must be like 4 years ago, and or three or 4 years ago. And April Fool's, Allie posts it, and she's like, you asked for it, you get it. It's the economy, fucking cheapo Gately box. And like,
I remember that.
And it was like, if you fucking smoke meth and all that, like she was roasting motherfuckers. And man, one of the fucking car audio guys like reshared it and was hella mad and was like, oh, remember where you came from? And I was like, I never came from fucking smoking meth, you fucking loser. I was like, man, fuck you, dude. He was hella mad, made a whole post about it. And I was like, all right, that's fine. But man, there were people, like I was getting comments that were like, dude, I sprayed beer out of my nostrils when I read this. And it was, it was a thing. So yes, the MDF thing is, yeah. No, for reals though. I mean, it was a fucking, I just want to bang box as a motherfucker. And the
It
guy
wasn't
was
even that, bud.
he was like, dude, he's like, my subs had arrived earlier that day, and I was like, I'm gonna build a box tomorrow. And I went out and was hanging out with my buddies, and we had a bunch of drinks, and then I got dropped off, and I came home, and I was all home alone, and fucking nobody was there. And he was like, he's like, it's kind of embarrassing to look at. I could do so much better, but you know what? He's like, it kind of pounded. And I was like, I heard you when you pulled up. And then we put the fucking my box in there that was, fucking $7,000. Like, dude didn't have money. He had like a fucking 700 horsepower Expedition. And yeah. Early 90s builds. Shit, man, if you go on my fucking Instagram and you scroll back like 5 years, I reshared all my shit that I had from hell years ago. That's a rendering.
Oh.
Something I'm about to build.
That's right. That's right.
Did you not show that yet, Bobby? Did I just ruin those?
No, I shared that on Insta. So yeah.
Okay, good.
I sold that one.
I was like, oh
Right?
shit, fuck.
That's all me, bud.
Yeah,
Good.
this is
It started with he just wanted like a basic wood box, and Bobby was like, "Hell with that! Tell him all the crap."
Well, he was like,
Right.
he wants acrylic on like the top and on the front, and I was like, look, you reach a point where this whole thing should just be acrylic, and it was like, this dude could do this shit. Like no, it was not a big deal. This dude isn't, financially bound. Like, he's in. So,
dude, the fucking way
really good. Like that
instant-
hexagonal pattern is gonna light up like a motherfucker.
Yeah, things gonna be badass. How big is it?
It's about 4 cubic feet before sub displacement.
It's
Okay,
like
these are
34
12s.
wide,
12s?
20.
Yeah,
something
212.
deep. Yeah, going in a Jeep.
Shoo. What's the rest of the Jeep look like?
It's pretty sexy.
Perfectly
Send me some
clean,
pictures.
lifted. Like it's
Is
a
it like
show
a
Jeep.
Jeep Wrangler? Jeep what?
Yeah, 4-door Wrangler.
Four-door Wrangler.
Hmm.
That's dope, dude. Is it black? I hope it's black.
Nope, it's
No, it's white.
it's white and candy red.
So the that hexagonal pattern is actually in white. So and it doesn't show. It looks pretty gray because just the nature of the software kind of always makes everything that's crystal clear is going to have a little tinge of gray to it so that it has a little bit of depth. So
I don't know who Base Dad is, but Base Dad cannot have a $10,000 speaker box to review.
yeah, I don't.
Sorry.
And I don't do the freebie thing. I've done a couple things.
Kid, you said base dad that box to review. Yeah, it's okay. You know what you should do?
I can
is
send
print
him
out
a picture
little
of that
3D
box. I'll send him a picture of that box.
Make a little 3D printer version of it.
Actually, I do think I've seen Base Dad on YouTube. I've seen that. I don't watch like a bunch of audio stuff on YouTube generally. I watch like tech stuff.
Man, I tell you, man.
Oh yeah, I've seen this guy.
What's an
When I see the guys doing review stuff, man, I cringe. I'm like, man, I can't believe they're putting this shit out there.
I got asked to do some review stuff, but I was like, I don't have any way to do any of these reviews. Like, you want me to test? It'd be pointless. I mean, I don't know, unless I had like an actual bench, like kind of Drew's got a big old setup going. There's no point to test audio equipment, I don't think, because then it's just straight opinion. It's 100% opinion. Like, I think this one sounds better than this one. I mean, most of us could tell, obviously, when there's a huge discrepancy, but when it comes down to like testing equipment, you need a setup. You can't just review it.
Well, like, as far as using the JL Max system is concerned, I'm pretty sure Drew is far more advanced than anybody other than the guys at JL that developed the Max at
electrical measurements. Yeah,
that's the electrical measurements and looking at speakers and output and stuff. And even when like to a point where Drew's there and he's like, I want to use it to do this. And the guy Nick is like, oh, you could. This is how you would do it. And then him and
then
Drew
does it for me.
figuring out the plan. Like, and it's fucking awesome, right? So, man, but imagine, right, Drew, if you were trying to do that, how many hours it would take, and how every time you're in the middle of doing it, you'd go, I'm missing so many variables to make this whole thing mean nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's just so much to really look. You're like, fuck, dude. Like, I mean, when I used to talk about, like, I'm gonna share the output testing stuff. I'm gonna share this to the world, and I'm like, even though this is the same truck, it's got different electrical in it now. We put different batteries. Yeah, everything's different. The whole thing is different now. Oh, we put a different amp in. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's a different car. Fucking different. Everything's different. It's fucking hot outside. Different.
Yep. That's one thing that people, like, the one guy was kind of complaining about how I was doing the speaker test. He's like, you got to put them in a car in a door. I'm like, all right, what door? And I sent him pictures of 4 different doors that we have here. You know, one's 6 navs, one's 4 navs, one's 2 navs, one's the door, the Duramax. I'm like, what door is the best representation?
It's almost like either do it the way you're doing it so that everything's very consistent, or get a car from the junkyard that is your test room or something that you like.
See, like, I consider that, but then my issue becomes the same thing. Like, what door? How well do I treat the door? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you kept all things the same and you were just changing out the speakers and baffles,
man, you know, it would be kind of crazy.
That would be kind of cool.
Let's say hypothetically, you could do some wild shit where you make the variables there on purpose, and you go, here is this the driver door, and it has the utmost of treatment as though it was a fucking car audio competition vehicle, like a SQ competition vehicle. There, that fucking door is, and here's the passenger door, and I didn't do shit. And then you fucking test this, and then you might be like, check this shit out. For some reason, this speaker, and maybe it has something to do with the material the cone's made of, seems to not be as affected, but still performs well on that side compared to what it's doing over here. Whereas maybe some other higher end speaker, or maybe just some other random speaker that has a different cone material. And you go, oh, you know what? I've found that in my testing more often than not, and you'd be testing dozens of shit before you even had knowledge of this, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could get a car that's very like
for fucking test after test after test, and then you'd be like, look at that, the difference of what this one looks like compared to the difference of the average, and you'd be like, oh, speakers that have a wool pulp cone versus carbon or paper or fucking beryllium or fucking whatever the fuck else, right? Kevlar. What the fuck else? Jerky, whatever the fuck, right? And you go, this motherfucker that's made of toilet paper and fucking jizz works it's like got its own dampening built into it, and it doesn't have as much of an effect not having sound deadening in it. So then that becomes, you know, you go, maybe if I ever made speakers, instead of putting a high-end carbon or Kevlar or beryllium or fucking or flax or whatever other composite, you go, I use this fucking toilet paper jizz cone assembly, and that's for my cheaper speakers because that performs better without all the treatment necessary to get the best, right? Carbon fiber on a subwoofer, if it's done correctly, which I'm pretty sure most subs are not. There's probably a few that are now. I know that Jacob Fuller's ones that are coming are going to be done correctly because him and I have talked about it a bit. If you thermally couple that carbon fiber to the voice coil former with thermally conductive adhesives, whether it be epoxy or cyanoacrylate glue, you can use that carbon fiber as a heat sink and a radiator for your voice coil, and that helps with thermal power handling. And that's why my subwoofers have carbon fiber cones on my Relentless series woofers, because it works really, really, really good for that. But most manufacturers don't bother. They just use the same fucking adhesive every time. So,
yep. All right. TF bourbon. TF bourbon with the 2 B's. Bourbon. Here's a question. So my truck is the same as that, right? Same generation. Would this be an accurate representation? That's the sound treatment on my front door panels.
I think if you were to actually do that, you get a car that's common like yours, and just go buy a set of doors, like a set of spare doors that have nothing done to it. That's what most people are going to use.
I know,
And
but
you could do like a set of doors fully treated versus doors not treated, and then you could show the difference.
Yeah, it's just that hinders the speaker so much because the doors are just so garbage without it.
Yeah, but the people that are going to take time to do that are like none. Nobody.
Yeah, we haven't put the new door panels on my van yet because all we have is that first layer of sound deadening on everything. I need a bunch of the foamy stuff, and like it's like a couple hours of time that I need to spend. I wanted to communicate with you. Should I just order a bunch of stuff from Resinex, or should I use something different, Drew?
Resinex is really good, but fuck Nick Apicella.
I like the second skin guys. Nick,
yeah,
Eric has always been super good to me, and he's a big sponsor of the show.
Yep, I would do all second skin.
I would use them personally.
Like if
the second skin guys have tried really hard to get on board with us. They kind of fucked up real bad initially because Allison reached out to them about some of the products, and they were talking, and they were like, "We'll get you pricing on everything," and they gave her all the pricing, and I was like, that seems really high. And I looked, and it was like higher than retail. It was 10% higher than what their pricing was advertised online. And I was like, hey, did you realize your fucking pricing was like astronomically expensive and I would be a dealer of your product? Right. And then it was like, oh, geez, sorry about that.
Yeah, it feels like that was definitely some type of error.
Yeah. That's why I bothered to send them a message back. You know what I mean?
I would rather an error like
if I thought somebody was like, I'm just gonna fucking nail your asshole to the wall because you want to buy $4,000 worth of shit, I'd be like, yeah, cool. I'm just never gonna communicate with you again. If I could go online and buy all of your same shit off of the first website I look at, and I can just click and buy it and have it for 10% less, then like.
No, I'm with you.
Then I'm never going to buy any of your fucking product. I'm like, never mind. But they communicated and they were like, hey, this is this. Here's your dealer packet. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then
see, like I would rather deal with that than Nick Apicella, who like a lot of the shit between me and him was like, it wasn't behind the scenes, but it wasn't on Facebook. It was on Reddit. But he remember that guy, that older guy made a comment to Taylor Gardner about how basically if you want to go do drugs, you should go to an SPL show or whatever.
Oh, really?
Well, I posted it. All I did was post a screenshot of what that old dude said. And long story short, Nick got mad at me, blocked me, and then left some big comment about me on Reddit saying how he's like, oh, I was just pretending to be his friend, blah, blah, blah. You know, I was pretending to be his friend to get seen by the base heads and reach that market. I was like, wow. Like, so when I checked up on you, when you lost your business and I checked up on you at 2 a.m. to make sure you were okay. And all the times you wanted to play video games, you were just faking it to get marketing. I'm like, oh, so you were a giant piece of shit. Got it. Raggedy bitch. So, fuck Nick Apicella. Long story short.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that we don't like in the industry that we're all still friends with. So,
well, there's a difference between like not liking someone and being friends with them, and then him just outright saying I was faking being a friend to him to get more marketing. Like if you want to use me for marketing, that's fine. I get it. Let's do it, but don't be a bitch.
What if I told you there was somebody else doing that to you?
I'm sure there's a lot of people doing it.
Yeah. It is what it is.
But what's weird is so like I should have been suspicious because this was probably, I don't know, 2 years ago. This is before I got into SQ. A a box of Resonix COD deadener just showed up at my house one day. I had never ordered it, and I never talked to Nick. Didn't know who he was. It just showed up at my house. I should have
I
known.
haven't really heard of Resonix. I don't know. How about that SoundSkin stuff? I met that dude at CES a few years ago. He seemed like a decent guy. Do you know who that is?
Who's that?
The SoundSkins.
I've met one of like the reps, but I don't know who it is. But I like that stuff. It seems like I like it.
Yeah, I think it's good stuff too.
Yeah, dude. Like, it was extra dusty, and then like he had me blocked when he posted that, so I couldn't see it. I was like, man, what a hoe.
That's bitch ass shit, though. Like when I roast somebody, I make sure I tag them.
Yep, that's the same. When I'm trying to get on someone's ass, they're getting tagged. I'm not gonna.
I met the owner. I met the owner of NVX and what's that company that sells NVX or that owns NVX? Sonic Electronics, right?
Yeah.
When I was demoing at SEMA, the dude came up to me and he was like, "Oh, this is dope." It's like, let's do some stuff together. I'm like, okay, what the hell am I going to use NVX stuff for? But
who knows?
I'm sure I could figure out some product you have that I could stuff in there.
Have y'all seen this LF Audio guy yet?
He wants to be a pretty big sponsor of the show. I don't know if I'm so bad with names. I've probably met him in person many times, and I'm just an asshole. But
that's pretty cool looking.
He reached out on TikTok and asked if I wanted one of these for my test bench. I'm like, man, like you send it, like I'll check it out. I got a little video of it.
That's a little screen, huh? I like that. It's got a little fucking Raspberry Pi in there or some shit.
It's got an app that's like really good too. I should have sent the app to my email.
How fast is that?
It can be it can be very fast. It is very quick. Hold on.
What else does it measure, Drew?
You know what would be badass?
It's just voltage.
You know what would be badass is if it worked a little bit like a meter and you could set it to like low hold and high hold.
You can.
Oh well, there you shit. Damn fuck. That's a cool product already. I'm into it.
I'm about to send the screen recording of the app to myself real quick.
That's really cool.
So, and apparently he has a bunch of like awesome. It's called like that. I guess I saw it on his TikTok. It's like a full system meter. It'll read amplifier output, amplifier input, voltage, amperage, and do all kind of crazy calculations for you, like in real time.
This thing does?
No, a product is coming.
Yeah, he said he wanted to possibly do a product launch at the show, which would be kind of dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
His stuff seems really nice.
God, I totally spaced it. I gotta
get him to sponsor Quietly Loud as well.
I gotta contact Chris.
You give one of those fucking things away.
Yeah, he gave me the contact of a guy that's really does a lot of those bagger shows. So I'm going to try to get that into the showdown as much as possible. See some motorcycles, loud motorcycles.
Jerry, what are you talking about? Shit, then fuck. It's shit, damn fuck.
So the voltage at the very top, it's like a little graph, and you can see like where you can do different phases. So you see right here these little lines. That'd be the voltage drop with bass impacts. Like it's very fast.
Oh wow! It'll show you a graph of what it's doing. Ooh, I like that thing a lot. You know,
how long does it record for, Drew? Do you know how long it's like keeping the data for? Is it like?
I think you can set it for a long
time. Put a little memory stick in it, and like you fucking have like a data logger, and it's all you booted this shit up at fucking 9 a.m. on SEMA fucking Wednesday, and at 6:45 when you shut it down, you had played, X amount of hours drawing over 500 amps of current, and you play, you know what I mean? Like it tells you, you're like, oh, I beat the shit out of this thing, man. I had 8 hours of torturing this build at Slam, and you know what I mean? That'd be fucking cool. That is really cool.
So volts,
that is
amps,
a very cool product. I'm super interested.
You can see how fast it is. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll redo this so you can actually hear the video.
You know that one dude that was making that knob, Ludwig?
Mm-hmm.
This is not the same guy, obviously, right?
I don't think
What
so.
you're looking at here is actually a prototype of the power meter that I'm building for car audio amplifiers. This measures the real-time speaker output, the voltage, wattage, impedance that the amplifier sees, and it also will measure the incoming voltage and amperage into the amplifier. So it'll provide you with not only real-time power output, but will give you an efficiency measurement. So you know how efficient your amplifier is at any time. What we see on the screen right now are 3 different values being graphed.
You get the idea.
So I need one of these things that's hooked up, and I need it to automatically like send me a text message when Jim is doing more than 20% harmonic distortion.
Yeah. So I told him I want.
And I'm all calling him. Hey, fucking turn it down.
I bet you he could engineer something for SEMA.
I told this guy. Oh yeah. So I told him that.
That'd be the guy to link them all together, huh?
I told that guy that I want that power meter thing. I want that from my test bench and just make it log, like just a constant log of all the data. So when I dyno amps, I have a full log right there.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Oh, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
So
you're looking at it. You're looking at it like you're looking at a fucking seismograph. Like you're like, oh yeah. And you're like highlighting fucking spots and making notes on the paper and hanging on the wall. And you're like, all right, that's the fucking data log of the Gately 7100.
So this is a wireless system controller that he's working on. Apparently, uses Wi-Fi, and it's like crazy.
That is sick.
That's pretty cool.
It ain't cheap.
Good.
500 feet.
500 feet. You saw that?
Yeah, 500 foot range.
Yeah, it's got Wi-Fi. Yes, it says 500 feet.
So he already has the goddamn thing that we need, Steve. I mean,
we need something that I mean, I guess every single car has to have some sort of receiver. Like if he were to build a unit that broadcasted and each car had a receiver that had RCA outs, that's what we would need.
Basically, I asked him. Sorry.
Yeah. One unit that would give the source to, and then each of us have our own little receiver box.
Oh yeah, I think you could absolutely do that.
We're like, hey guys, we need you to order one of these. We'll get you a good deal on it from LF, and you need to install these and you need to test it and make sure it's working because we're gonna like do this fucking little thing where we play all the same shit for a little while at some of the,
So Facebook user, I asked him if there was gonna be a DC limit for amperage. He said that there won't be because he'll be able to use different types of shunts and things, so there won't be a limit.
Maybe.
So somebody asked a question a moment ago that we should answer.
So I know Sean's been working on something for a long time, but I don't know. I haven't seen much on it. Yeah, so this voltmeter is $200.
Somebody was asking about
Bobby.
Their ripping roof.
If he could build something for us and have it for the showdown and we could test it out there, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be way cool. Okay. I have a handful of things to talk about a little bit this evening. I should fucking jump on. One is I have a customer. His name's Gary, super nice guy. We're working on a Tahoe for him, 418s. We should have this thing playing tomorrow. And we just need to get the B-pillar seal-off steel structures over to the bedliner place next door to the shop to have them spray some heavy-duty bedliner on it. I'm hoping that they do it same day, and I just bring them back and we just bolt them in the fucking truck. The truck is like done on fucking Friday. And that's gonna. I showed him all the information today for the showdown, and I was like, I would love it if you could get this truck out there. And I told him, I said, look, if you can't go, I might be able to arrange, somebody to operate it. And if you might spend a couple bucks to get it there, or we figure out if it's a driver, it's built to be a driver, it's only 418s. Box structure is a wood structure with some steel reinforcement. And
did you say it's a B pillar or C pillar?
It's a B pillar.
Okay.
It's Tahoe, and it's a big fucking sixth order, so it should be a windy bitch, and it should have bandwidth. It's not a teeny tiny. Drew helped me with the engineering the enclosure a bit, and it should have killer bandwidth and great low bass extension, and be a windy fucking bitch and be super efficient.
Yes, bring it to the showdown, please.
I'm hoping we are. Also plan to bring the Raiden, the Soulgasm, the Monkey Box, and Slam Halen. So we should have a fucking goddamn slew of Gately builds there. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Andy. So you can either measure big numbers or be accurate with small numbers. But that's why you would like if you're trying to be accurate with amperage, you use a different device. That's like Max has a pair of 80 volt. That's the radial volt AC. High inputs, they're fairly accurate down low, but it has a reference input that has a 7 volt limit, but it will read down to the microvolt range and be within plus or minus 0.0001 of a volt of the AP555.
I've been using Kicker RCAs for the last 6 years, and they've been great. I've never had one issue. So I've used the
typically use Sky High stuff. I would also recommend the Kicker products because Kicker doesn't make bad products.
I use Stinger 4000.
I've got Stingers in the truck, but yeah, I mean,
except for in the white truck, I have a single Stinger 9000 front to back.
I'd say any of those three brands.
Yeah,
you can't really go wrong. Honestly, the cheapest RCAs I ever bought were totally fine too. When I spent money on not those three brands that were good RCAs, they were always trash.
They're always fucked up. Yeah. Shit. When I spent good money on nice RCAs, the best ones that we would get, and they don't exist anymore, is Radio Shack. They had those fucking gold ones with the spring strain relief. Man, those things were fucking money, and they were beautiful. Yeah. They had nice, big, thick, black cable. They were nice. They were really good. Yeah.
Yep. Back in the day, for sure. The Sundown ones, I don't know if Sundown's still making them or not, but the Sundown ones were actually, I like those were nice. I like that they had the locking heads like the Stingers.
But a lot of them just, they're beefy for no damn reason. They're thick to be thick.
Yeah. That's one thing I do like about the Kickers is they're not, even their Q series ones, they still use, a smaller head, and they're still very malleable and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's like me. I'm just thick to be thick, baby. You know what I mean?
The other day, Colt was describing, he was talking about RCA distribution on something. He was describing something. He's like, so what I was going to do is I was going to take all the RCA cables together, and I was just going to cut them, and then I was going to pull them all out, and then I was going to twist them all together and tape them all up for a signal mass. And he was making fun of JP's fucking build.
I was going to say, did it was
signal mass? And I was like, you're going to what? And I was a little distracted. I'm all, and he's all signal mass. And I'm all, oh yes, of course. Perfect. Do that. And I walked away and Tyson's like, what are you guys talking about? It's like, oh, he is not aware of the signal mass. So yeah.
CSI Tent Audio Tent and Detailing. That is something that me not being scared to say what people are thinking. It's because I'm not reliant on anybody else for my paycheck.
Right. Same. And also our friend Steve. And so here's the thing. And we've talked about this on the first 2-3 shows that we did, is we created this because I would get on the phone with Drew, and we still do it sometimes. And same with Steve, is we get on the phone and we mean to have it could be a 30-second conversation. It's a fucking hour, and it's always an hour. And I do the same with Steve, and we do it all the fucking time. And when Steve was like, hey, we should do a podcast thing. And I was like, that would be kind of cool. And he's like, I was talking to Drew a little bit too. And I was like, you know what? I talk to you guys for an hour each once a week. I could take I could probably reduce my time spent on the phone with you guys by an hour if we did this podcast. Now, that was a fucking lie because our shows are always 3 hours long. But
Unacceptable.
but with these conversations that we have all the time, and I know Drew and Steve would have some of these conversations as well. So, and there were many times with both these guys that we would have a 20-minute section of the conversation, and we would say, I wish the fucking community could hear what the fuck we were just talking about, because they need this information. Now, I know some people probably jump on and they hear us talk shit and they're like, oh, they were bad mouthing somebody. I'm like, that guy's an asshole. Like, Nick Apicella is a brilliant young man. He is fucking super duper smart.
But that is no excuse to be.
He knows he's a fucking dick. He knows it. And he'd probably be totally okay with knowing that I said he's an asshole. He's like, I'm kind of an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, he knows it. He's a very smart guy. He builds some really cool shit. His skill set is really good.
Dude, Babin's like, I was gassing that dude up constantly too.
There's so much I want to say about certain situations, but I'm legally bound. I legally can't say anything, but once that's gone, I mean,
can I say something?
I'm gonna fucking drop it. I mean, you can say whatever you want.
Because I'll fucking say it.
I don't care what you say, but this has nothing to do with me.
Travis Young is a fucking thief. And he has stolen money and done more Weasley fucking slimy business shit than any person I've ever met in person in my whole fucking life. That dude is a straight fucking piece of shit. And y'all should stay the fuck away from that guy. He is a fucking slimy fuck, and he has stolen piles of money, big ass piles of money from a few people that I know. Not gonna say anybody's fucking name, but rhymes with Teve.
No. I'm not part of this conversation. I don't know what you're talking about.
It starts with an S and rhymes with Teve.
No. But no, you could talk about the other people, just not me. But the other guys, like Daddy Warbucks, you could talk about him all you want because he could just buy that company and burn it if he wanted to.
Who?
Daddy Warbucks. Who do you think I'm talking about? John Robbie, or fucking Papa John. Daddy Warbucks.
The guy with all the money. Stole that, him and the rest of the Limitless guy. He stole a giant fucking pile of their motherfucking money. Just took it and just lied. And just told lies. Oh no, they don't have the parts and the material. They get some material issue. And then it was like one phone call, and they were like, "What are you talking about? We can make all your shit right now." It was like, "Hey man, they said they can make shit right now." And he's like, "I don't have any of your money. It's gone."
Wild.
I spent it making the donkey punch or whatever the fuck they called that goddamn thing.
Donkey punch?
The bully goat.
Same smell. Whatever.
The Jeep? What's the
donkey?
Well, what the hell was the Jeep called?
The bully goat.
The bully goat. Yeah. I think it was dope. That was before the Limitless deal. Yeah.
You spent how much money and you need money.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree that there was money spent where there shouldn't be spent. It just is what it is. Like I said, I gotta stay out of it. But you can talk all you want.
Same. Fuck that guy. He never got me because I never got involved.
So
you know what I mean?
Bobby had mentioned.
Hey man, you want to do the thing? I'm like, no, I'm gonna do things by myself.
I remember one time he said that you contacted him about some batteries, get batteries, and I was like, Bobby Gately? I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. Well, they would physically fit in my vehicle.
Okay, so you did. Okay.
And that was before any of the shady deal happened with John. Or it was in the middle of it before I was aware that he had fucking ripped off my boy. So
yeah, I don't remember. I don't recall when it was.
But it for sure wasn't after I knew that he fucking lied his ass off and stole a giant pile of money from Limitless.
Yeah, I mean there was stuff on both sides, but I will talk about it later. Yeah.
So you had mentioned, Bobby, about getting stuff made for Max because JL
and Aurora.
Can y'all hear that?
DG 3000 15.48 volt.
What is that noise we're hearing? What was that, Drew?
Yes.
What are you showing us right now?
DG 3015.
So this is a custom script for Macs that shows total harmonic distortion in real time, along with real-time power based on a 1 ohm resistive load,
1.48 volt.
because that's what it's going into. But like I said, no one else has this, but they're excited about the measurement stuff we're doing.
So did you build that custom script yourself, Drew, or who built it?
Nick at JL Audio did.
Oh, dope. So you just kind of told
That
them
was the beginning of the conversation that you guys were having that I was half-ass participating in, trying to keep up when we were at the Max training.
Look at that wave. Hot damn.
So like
so it can produce
like a good hard clip. It sounds loud.
You can make a clip, Drew, if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I can run it well into clipping. And like on a scope, 1% THD looks like aggressive ass clipping.
Show it. Let me see. Do you get there?
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It's going right there.
That's not even 1%. That's 0.3.
Well, it hasn't updated yet.
Okay. I was going to say that's terrible.
Let me see. The other video might look better for that. No, yeah, 1% looks horrible.
Why do you guys, either of you know why 1% became the standard of like measuring, I don't know, total harmonics?
I feel like, right, I'm just going to kind of like guesstimate for you because I don't know, you're fucking old, but is 1% doesn't sound like very much at all.
Mm-hmm.
And when somewhere along the way, somebody was like, is it distorting? And they're like, well, you know, about 1%. And they're like, well, I can't hear it at all. You know what I mean? Like, at what point do you think you can hear distortion and know that it's distorting? I feel like for me, it's like 5+.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what speakers too. If it's mids and highs, probably way sooner, I'd imagine.
Oh, subwoofers is really tough. Yeah.
So that is 0.5% total amount distortion. And look at the wave.
So what are those points at the top and bottom? Is that just something that, okay, there you go. It was just
this down here is that's what the amplifier is putting out. That is the signal it is putting out. And the little peaks. So 40 hertz is the fundamental. 80, 160, 320. Every doubling is a harmonic distortion of the fundamental. So that's where you get the number from. But
in the signal,
that's still okay at 0.5%, but that's what I thought 1% would look like.
Mm-mm.
And
like this looks like it looks like a lot. You know, this looks horrible, but like a lot of the, but this is this is over 30 dB, and then Wade it's a 60 dB difference. Like it's hard to scale.
We were looking at this. I learned this when we were at that Max training, and I was hanging out with Drew and Nick, and they were over there working on that, and everybody was supposed to be tuning cars, and I fucking wandered off to talk to the smart guys, and I was barely fucking picking up what you were fucking putting down. But you guys were doing just this, and you were showing it in the Clipple system and in Max, right?
I was showing it with the Audio Precision.
Audio Precision, yes. Yeah, we were looking at it on the Super Duper Audio Precision, and we were looking at the Max and seeing how incredibly accurate the Max is.
Yep, that's what the electrical measurements. That's what the electrical measurements were for Max are based on is the 555. I showed some photos from that actually. So one thing Nick's also working on for me is basically an automated test suite for amplifiers, just like the 555 can do, which would be killer.
That's dope. Yeah, dude, we'd love to have him on. Either Drew or I will reach out and see if he'll join us. That'd be dope. And be sick to hear more about his products, and then what else?
I bet he can teach us a bunch of whole really, really cool shit about electronics and what's going on and with the electrical and the signals and how to track, how well things are doing. I think that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, if he wanted to do, I'll get a hold of him, either one of us. But if he wants to get something set up and do like some product demos while he's on the show, that'd be dope too. Show us what's
Yeah.
going on, and
I mean-
give him a chance to show his products off too. But
Very cool.
heck yeah, more big brain people doing us.
I would
So-
love to get Nick on here. That'd be crazy.
So we were talking, over the last, 3 or 4 weeks about the potential new spot for Gately Audio that I was getting way, way excited about. Yesterday, mid-morning, we got shot down.
No, why?
Zoning. It's, and I didn't realize this, but the area that we're at, it's an agricultural area. And it was like, you have to have an agriculture. I said, hey, well, we build fruit crates as well, and we repair tractors, and we weld the fucking scooper buckets, and and they were like, you can do all that there, but you can't manufacture your speaker boxes there. I was like,
They're like, you dusty bitches.
And then we tried to, and the guy was super nice, and he was like,
what was the reason though? I mean, your place is very clean.
what's that?
I said, what's the main reason? Because your place is super clean.
Well, because it's so here's the thing is they start creating loopholes for industrial businesses to make their way into the ag areas, then the ag areas can be much more easily rezoned for industrial, and then it's over. Because if you rezone a fucking an ag area to industrial, you can't do ag anymore, and the fucking industrial shit can take over like a motherfucker, and then it just gets wiped out instantly. So that's the reason why zoning is what it is so that ag can stay less expensive for the space it has. That's one of the reasons, right? So I get it. I totally.
But it's lame.
That's about it.
I understand you're in Iowa, but I will deal with. I love you, Jim, but I would never ever live in fucking Iowa, man. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Buddy.
I mean, look at all the crazy metal bands that come out of there who are all singing about crazy shit. Something wrong with the islands.
Wait, what? I'm like, that sounds kind of fun. But maybe if I moved to Iowa, I would have been in a metal band. I used to could sing pretty good and yell real fucking loud, but now I'm old.
Is this what are we looking at?
That's Nick's fucking super card.
The AP 555. It's like this gold. It's like a $50,000 piece of measurement equipment. Just this piece. Yep. And then up here, this is Max, and then this is the AP. And these two data lines are Max and AP's measurements overlaid each other.
I was there for that.
Yep.
Okay, that's so the Max is really fucking good.
It's really incredible, man. It's really
the Max's electrical measurements standard is the 555.
Yeah,
that's fucking awesome, and it's $3,500. Sounds like a deal now.
Yeah. Now, granted, of course, like the automated testing and all this other stuff the AP can do that Max just can't do currently. Right. There's some stuff that it'll just never be able to do. But no, just the fact that we can measure things accurately is going to be it's slow going, like getting all this amp testing data done, and because I keep learning new things and this and that. But it's going to be a great resource for the community, the hobby, the industry, all of it. Now, once we can really know what these amplifiers are doing.
Are you going to like expose a bunch of amps not doing what they say?
I'm not going to expose. I mean, I'm going to post whatever data I get.
Yeah,
that's my thing with these speaker comparisons or whatever. Like, I'm just going to pull data, be transparent how I'm pulling it, and post it. Like, I've done some of the the videos showing the speaker comparisons, where I like one speaker way more than the other, but everyone who hears them is like, "Oh, the other one sounds way better." I'm like, "Oh,
you're listening to sound off of video." It's like the people that are like,
even on the video, I watch it going, "Oh," it's kind of biased because I hear it in person, but I'm like, "Oh, that one sounds better to me." But I watch the video, I'm like, "Ooh, I like that one more." Everyone's like, "Oh no, that one's way better." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not putting my opinion on stuff like that. Like, except for like these DD tweeters, because they're just good. There ain't no opinion on that. They just good.
Bobby, did you see this post from Richard with some Gately flip flops? Did you make those, or did he make those fucking around?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No,
I
it's
can't
right
see
on
it.
the
Shit, I don't know. I don't know where those came from.
I know you want those. I don't know.
That's funny. Where do those come from?
Richard Drewswiski. I can't know how to say his last name.
Shit, I don't even know. That's funny. I like it. I want them real bad.
That's not maybe.
Come on, shit.
Hmm.
But so my buddy that was helping me make that connection to those people with that building, he is in the building that I'm currently in. He has a tiny little fucking space at the side, and he just has storage shit. Him and his dad, and they pay, fucking $1,000 a month or something, and they have a bunch of shit stored in there, and some of it's useful and some of it is not. So he was like, you know what? Fuck it. If you want that space, I will move out of that shit immediately.
What?
So I'm gonna get an extra like 1,000 square feet roughly over in the install bay side, and I have to be pretty creative about how I use it, but it's going to help a whole bunch, and it's going to cost me a little bit more a month, but I'll be able to have a bit more space to work with. I should be able to keep as many as 4 vehicles in the bay, and I should be able to easily work on 3 vehicles at once, and I'll have a shitload more storage. So a lot of the stuff that's in the install bay that's kind of like in the goddamn way will be out of the way, so we'll have way more install.
Can you open that wall up?
But we'll end up with 900 feet more install bay. You know what I mean?
Are you able to open that wall up between the bay and his spot?
Yes. Yeah, we can fucking like I already like talked to Eddie, my buddy that owns King's Cabinetry. He's the homie. I called him almost immediately, and I'm all, hey, what are you doing this weekend? He's like, what am I doing this weekend? I was like, yeah, let me cut a big hole in the wall and move a bunch of shit. And he's like, do you want me to bring my dump trailer and my kids? And I was like, yeah.
Yes.
That would be fucking cool.
That'd be real cool of you.
It actually has quite a bit of mezzanine in that area, so we'll be able to do a lot of storage there. Jim is asking if I can build a mezzanine. Yes, it does. It actually kind of already will have a bit of that, and then I'll also have a back room that I'll be able to put all the upholstery material, so we'll be able to clean all the dust and shit off of the upholstery material, bring it all in, have a nice rack, have a big upholstery work surface. So we'll put some carpet on it and then fucking have a nice area to wrap parts in the back, dry and clean and controlled. So, yeah. So that should be really cool. And that should be good. That'll be a big help. So it was like, I was super fucking bummed out yesterday. And I was like, damn, man, it is having an effect on me. I didn't realize how excited and how much I had my heart set on this shit. I was like, okay.
Like, damn, my feels.
I was in my field. I was like working. I'm all at my computer. I was designing a battery cell for my buddy Brad. My buddy Brad's going to start making some fucking batteries. He's got some good ideas. He's a smart dude, and he's been working at it a bit. He's got Jim helping him out with some bus bars and some stuff. And he's like, can you design this fucking cell and send it to Jim so that we can, and I was like, yeah, sure. Well,
good job, Facebook user. So we're going to circle back real quick to something John talked about. He talked about showing the Hertz Audio marine amplifiers. He sent me 3 of them a couple months ago, paid me full data on them, and he's going to send me some wet sound stuff. So this is a mono amp. That's why it's only showing 20 hertz to 500 hertz as a bass amp. So that's why the scaling looks a little weird. But he was like, I want to see how good these hertz amps really are. I'm like, all right, well, let's do it, bud.
Yeah.
So we did it. And they made rated power all the way through. So, I mean, it's good. And, like, they were super clean. This is before I was measuring total harmonic distortion, but I haven't, like, I don't know if you've seen the people measuring amps a lot more lately. They're doing low power distortion measurements, which is cool, but who the fuck plays low power? 5 watts? Well, my shit 5 watts when the turn on bump. We ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how high power distortion measurements, and that's kind of what Nick's working on for me. So, but yeah, no, they did good. May rated power. Yeah, it's actually really tough. I didn't realize I left it running at 1 ohm, making over 1,000 watts for like 3 minutes on a resistive load, and it didn't blow up.
That should be okay.
Yeah.
It should be all right. As long as it doesn't go below 1 ohm, you should be okay. Real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you because I need to make sure I tell Casey this. No, I ain't fucking doing no shit for fucking Brad fucking Shook. No.
What is
his name's Brad Nichols, and he's local to us. You should come by the shop more often. You come by relatively often, but not as often as Brad Nichols does. Come and meet the boy, Brad Nichols. He's the homie. He's a smart battery dude, and he's a fucking badass. You'll like him a lot. So anyway.
Yeah. Casey was messaging me last night about some wildness.
Oh, I bet.
I
was
feel
like,
bad for anybody who
Casey fucking roasting the shit out of losers, doing the Lord's work.
I feel bad for anybody who gets on his bad side.
Yeah, fuck around.
I saw John just.
Everybody that sees those fucking shrooms you dropped off, Casey, are hella scared of them, including me. They just still sit on my desk, and I'm pretty scared of these. I don't know. I'm like, I'm afraid if I eat these that I may not have any function tomorrow. So yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that must be fucking super cool being the car audio community next to somebody like that. Oh, you get to like experience them. That'd be one of those people that like, if that guy was near me, I'd just start talking shit.
On purpose. Out loud.
Oh, I'd be talking mad ass shit. I'd be like, is that fucking loser, liar, moron right there? Fuck away from me, dude.
And they're like,
oh my God. That guy is I can't believe he thinks he's for real.
He does, dude. He thinks he is it.
Well, he is for real.
He's something.
He is real.
Wait a minute. I can't believe he thinks the shit he's saying is real. He's walking around fucking like when did he get data at fucking Slam with his fucking temp gun, walking around temping everybody's lithium batteries that are on the hood of their vehicles? There's 2 lithium batteries under the hood of the fucking Soulgasm. What's the fucking temperatures he got off of that thing? If he was really seeing something bad, he would have broadcasted that shit. So all I can say is the fact that he walked around all fucking weekend with a temp gun, fucking temping everybody's batteries under the hood and didn't broadcast any fucking data at all means he's a fucking idiot and he was wrong and he's a liar.
Yeah, he blocked me so long ago, but apparently he was talking about me the other day. I heard about it. Apparently what was he saying? He was saying that because I took the wagon to Kicker for a photo shoot. He's like he didn't build that. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He just knows the owner, so he got credit. I'm like, what?
The fuck are you talking?
I'm like, what? I'm like, bud, let me tell you, if I just knew the owner and I had nothing to do with it, I would have not have done the shit I was doing for that car. That shit almost killed me.
Right. No, I remember that.
Yeah,
Jason, what are you talking about?
I mean, Jim, the same can be said about people who believe in paper clips. So.
Yeah.
15 volts, dude. This thing's been. That's how it's supposed to be. I don't remember my battery ever sitting for a week and still being 15 volts. Let's see here.
So,
all right, now go sit in the car.
Paperclip test.
Yeah, Bobby, are your subs strong? Yeah, I gotta fix these doors. Oh, okay. Yes. There we go. That's a better background.
I don't understand what the fuck you mean, Jason. I'm talking about that dude being full of shit, walking around fucking Slam all weekend with his temp gun. I'm not going and saying this guy makes a product and it doesn't do what it fucking says it does. And I'm not saying here's a product that shouldn't be put in this place and it's not working. So
Right,
that's
sure thing,
what
shit.
that guy fucking does. How the fuck is what I'm saying the same thing, Jason?
I think Jason may be thinking something else. Apparently, I don't know.
No,
forgot
I would be
his
talking to
name.
that guy. If he's quiet in person, that means he's a super coward. Because on the internet, that guy's a fucking punk. He talks a lot of shit. If I'm in person, trust me, I'm gonna fucking roast you. Like you're a fucking buster and you talk hella shit on the internet. I know who the fuck that guy is. I'm gonna get in that dude's ass if he's near me.
Oh,
Oh,
oh!
you gonna get up in it?
I need to go outside. I will rejoin when I get out there.
Your printer's all fucked up.
No, Brandy's ready for bed. So at the bed.
Okay.
So I'll be back in a second.
Okay, we'll see you in a minute.
Okay. Yes.
Jason Blackboom has Casey blocked.
Fucking A. Yeah, Jim. A lot of fucking people have people following them that have no business.
I'm sorry, Steve. I was like, what did his wife do? He's like, did he just say she blew a rape whistle? Like, what the fuck?
What?
Oh, the bass knob is Jason. It's the letter KC Elston Elston ELSTON, and for some reason you guys can't see each other on there, which probably means that one of you guys has the other guy blocked. So that's funny. Super funny. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Here's what I will say, Jason, just so you know. Travis Young and fucking goddamn, Brad fucking Chuk, those motherfuckers will never say a motherfucking thing to me in person. They will fucking punk themselves because they're coward ass pussies. That's why they talk so much shit on the internet. You're on my show, watching my show. If you guys like those guys, you should fuck off. And you should also come see me in person. I'm okay with that. Do what the fuck, say whatever you say. See how the fuck I go. You're gonna either punk yourself or like go, oh, you're right. That guy, he was a fucking liar, and that other guy is a fucking thief. I'm saying fucking facts. These are real fucking things that really happen in the real fucking world. Brad broadcasts fucking lies, and Travis steals people's fucking money. So,
yeah, I mean, there's a very different sentiment about people on the owner side of the industry versus the consumer side. So, if that makes any sense. You know, there's a reason why a lot of owners don't speak to certain people. So,
for some reason, you're not seeing each other's comments, Jason. I don't understand. That's weird. I don't know. Casey's cool as fuck. You're also cool as fuck, Jason. I appreciate you. So, but yeah.
See, like what Addict's saying, it's not even really like what we're talking about. It's not drama. It's just It's just. I mean, it's not drama. It's just fucking people over. Like, you could call that drama if you want, but it's just not to me.
Drama is like shit that's not real, but people have beef over nothing.
Yeah, that's drama to me.
Like, that's kind of drama. Like it's not fucking drama that I don't fucking like somebody that's stolen a bunch of money from a few of my fucking homies. That's not drama. That's like, that guy's a fucking piece of shit and people shouldn't fuck with him. And you know, there's probably plenty of people that are like, bro, I got a killer deal on my fucking batteries from fucking JY. Yeah, I bet you fucking did, because that dude had the ability to give shit away for fucking next to nothing because he didn't fucking pay for his shit, or he took somebody else's money to make your shit. So like, yeah, cool deal. Good for you. You took part in fucking somebody else over if you're fucking rocking a JY battery. So there you have it. Yeah. So.
Yes, that would be sick. And given that we're kind of going to be out in the middle of nowhere, we could all do it at the place, both of us. Let me bring up the event page real quick, just for people watching that don't know. I think everybody watching already knows, though. But
I'm back.
Everything good?
Yeah, no, Brandy just wanted to go to bed.
Oh, okay. Like, oh, get the fuck out of this room so I can go to bed, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's exactly.
oh man,
That's all it was.
of course, no, I can't find it.
I got
I
to
don't,
heater
I
on
don't
there.
have that shit on me. Jerry, I'm at home. Sorry. There's one in the van, but it's like the first iteration. We've made like 3 more that look really cool. But it's really nice. If you want one, you can come get one.
Sir, I would have been out here way quicker if that's what I was doing.
You know, so like Eric, I feel that, man. Eric Humphreys was like, I've people owe him money. He's helped people out. This isn't this, like, it's one thing to be like, I helped out my buddy and he was supposed to pay me back and he didn't fucking do it. That sucks ass, right? Sometimes you got to understand that that's how it goes. And sometimes people, shady ass motherfuckers, they're weak. They will go, you know what? I would rather have this guy's $500 or $1,500 or $2,500 than have that guy be my friend. And so fuck him. But it's something else when somebody gives you like fucking 20, 40,000 fucking dollars and you have a business deal and a contract to do something and you don't fucking do that shit. It's another thing to broadcast on the internet outright lies about products that are available and to run around and try to hurt people's business with false information. You know what I mean? That's what my point is with regards to these fucking losers that I'm talking about. And I'll state it again so people don't say, you didn't say any names. Travis Young and Brad Shute. Those are fucking really terrible people that people shouldn't be fucking with. Fuck those guys. So there you go.
At least Travis knows about batteries. Brad's just a fucking moron.
Yep.
Saying nothing.
He gave Steve a bunch of advice with regards to his battery, which was pretty much like, hey, you should take it apart and you should find what cells are bad and you should put it all back together and balance all the cells correctly because your shit's all fucked up. And then,
yeah, I mean, look, I've never had any issues with Brad. I don't talk shit about Brad. I don't talk shit about anybody I don't have any issues with. To be honest, like, I don't know Brad at all. I know he posts some stupid bullshit on Facebook. A lot of people do, but he does know shit about batteries too. And he did give me suggestions. I appreciate that. And they were good suggestions. But yeah, I mean, I all I know is Brad seems to get on every post and talk shit and say shit about shit that really isn't. I mean, do lithium batteries belong under the hood? I don't know. I think there's a reason why car manufacturers aren't putting their batteries under the hood anymore. Will they work? Yes. Are they going to last not as long? Yes. It's going to hurt cycle life. Heat's not good for anything. But to go around on every post and say that battery's not going to work under the hood is stupid because it will. It's just, it will work better if it wasn't.
How long is the question, I suppose?
Exactly. It's gonna work, but it ain't gonna work for nearly as long as if it was in a nice temperature controlled environment, like under the back seat. Like every high-end car that comes with a lithium battery now, where's the battery? It's under the back seat, or it's in somewhere. Or it has a special compartment like the Mercedes that is like controlled with how hot that fucker gets. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, but Travis is a whole different thing. Like I said, I'm not going to say anything about it until shit's done with. But yeah. Do they both know shit about batteries? Yes, but big fucking deal. A lot of people know shit about batteries. Did they both lie about a lot of shit? Yes.
Well, that's my fucking point, Steve.
So
what the fuck? Did I say anything otherwise? I said Brad's a fucking liar. Travis is a liar and a thief. Did I say anything false?
No, I'm not saying you did.
No, I fucking didn't. Good.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that's clear.
Oh, yeah.
Because it sounded like you were like, "Oh, I don't know." I'm like, "You said
No.
I don't know." You know that everything I fucking said is true. So
Yes, that's not what I meant, I guess. As far as like with Brad not knowing anything, I don't know if that's true. Brad does know shit, but the way he goes about it, getting on all these posts,
right? So like,
yeah, like going around and just, I mean, I personally don't think lithium batteries should be under the hood either. I don't go around every single battery post and saying that shouldn't be under the hood, and I don't go around with guns and doing shit. Like it's fine if it's under there, but
yeah. But
it
like,
would be better if it wasn't.
The other end of that is if he was like, "Look, guys, all these batteries that I tested were subjected. They were sitting at this temperature. Like, this is my concern, and this is what I think is going to happen." He didn't say any of that shit, because he didn't find any battery that was sitting at a terribly unsafe temperature.
I'd have to imagine in the middle of the summer,
he would have showed that
back, or just
he would have fucking been all look, but he never has any real data. Like he goes on about fucking Jacob Fuller and fucking Sundown and all of these things, and it never backs it up with any data. Nothing he ever says.
Imagine talking shit about Jacob Fuller.
You're right there. I don't. It's just weird the way certain people go about their business online, and he just likes to be that thorn guy. It seems like in everything, not just batteries, but like you said, subs, fucking amps, everything.
Yeah. Kind of like the owner of the wagon letting me go take it to get credit. I mean, to be fair, Nick does own the wagon, but
he's your brother.
Well, to be fair, Nick does own it. But I feel like we built that thing. I don't know.
And I think he's probably posted a lot of stuff that I haven't even seen because I don't spend a whole lot of time on Facebook going through posts and shit, and especially not Brad's because I don't know if his posts ever show up on my feeds, but I do see a lot of the stuff of people saying fuck Uncle Brad and this and that. I don't really see I don't see the other stuff, but yeah.
That's
I really wish I wasn't blocked.
I'm sure he's had me fucking blocked for a long ass fucking time. Like fucking God, I'm all, you are a fucking outright liar. You're not even saying anything that has literally no fucking data to back up any bit of anything you're fucking saying. So the only thing that is obvious is that you're a fucking liar. I do sell Sundown. I sell quite a bit of Sundown, actually. I do pretty good with Sundown.
Where did the Uncle Brad thing come from? Did any of you guys know?
I don't even fucking know. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel bad for any person named Brad in the audio industry. Like they should just be called by their last name now. Like my boy Brad Nichols is Brad fucking Nichols now.
Let me see if I can 50-50 shot.
That's my battery Brad now.
His battery. They were like batteries. That's what the kids were calling the batteries. All the guys at the shop. All my technicians have batteries built by my boy Brad Nichols. And
speaking of
like
batteries
and batteries, and I'm all fucking no, that's not your fucking goddamn business name. If you're gonna make a business, it's Warpath is what he's naming his business. Warpath Energy. And he's making some fucking badass batteries. He's a fucking smart dude, man.
I should talk to Brad then. I talked to that battery guy from SEMA, the president of the company, last week. Yeah. And gave him like the lowdown of our industry and what we have, and basically who are the main competitor, who are the biggest companies that do batteries in our business and blah 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 in our community. So he told me to put together some power specs and stuff and see if his engineers could put a pack together and see what they can do. So yeah, that could be kind of neat, having another big ass battery company come into the car audio market, or big cell manufacturer, I should say, or cell whatever. They're on like a different, I don't know. They're in RV and heavy capacity basically. But I told them like, what cells I'm using and what we need. Obviously everybody would love high capacity, high discharge. But
go, yes.
Really
Let's go.
We had a tug of war at the showdown a few years in a row.
Yeah.
It was fun. Drew, were you were there for one of them, right? Weren't you on Brand X's team?
Yep, I still got my little trophy.
Yeah, hell yeah. There you go. Yeah, that was going to be a pretty tough team to beat. You, Jonathan Patrick, and I don't know who else, but it was a bunch of big boys.
If you're talking like kind of like strongman, but you should have some like calisthenics, like some fucking pull-ups and push-ups.
We can have calisthenics. 200-pound keg carry for distance. There's your calisthenics.
Yeah, we'll
That's
do
not
the sub toss instead of the
But-
rock toss. But
Yeah.
over the keep raising
How
the
many
high.
fucking pull-ups can you do? How many push-ups can you do?
What if it's less than one?
Then that's all you got.
I don't think any of these big boys are doing many pull-ups.
Many
Push-ups.
pull-ups, yeah.
Pull-ups are hard.
You do any pull-ups?
I used to do
Maybe
pull-ups
like
fucking
2.
hell, but I fucking broke the shit out of this arm real fucking bad, and this one literally has three minor tears and one major tear in the ligaments and tendons currently, like right now. It's like super fun.
I know you've been saying your arm's all fucked up.
It's pretty fucked, and I'm supposed to get some more fancy goodies shot in my arm. I don't know. I probably should stop spending fucking $300 and $500 on shit to stick in my arm and fucking bite the bullet and do $5,000 and get stem cells. But I don't have $5,000, so.
What are you putting in there, like TRT or whatever?
No, that TRT is like a different thing, but I take that shit anyway. I'm old.
Not TRT, the plasma therapy. What is it? Where they spin it, shoot it back in?
Oh, I don't know about that one. But BPC 157 is the next thing I'm going to try.
Where would you go do stem cells? You can't do that here, right? You got to go out of the country, or?
Oh no, they have stuff in the States, but it's like your own stem cells. So they like, I guess they get
like
your own bone marrow. But like, if you go to somewhere else, they'll like grind up a baby for you. And
well, it's from it's not really the baby.
They won't really grind up a fucking baby, but like like from a placenta.
But they might.
Yeah. Well, from what I've heard, like. I know all of us. I know you do. I think Drew does too. We listen to Rogan, and he's had a lot of guys on there talk about stem cells and the differences.
Yeah.
And it's really just comes down to the age of the cell. So if you're putting your own stem cells back in your body, I mean,
it's going to do okay if you're fucking 48. But if you were fucking 28, it'd probably be great. But if you're 48 and you get fucking goddamn placenta fucking stem cells in your arm, you might get an inch taller.
Right
I'm like, listen, the fucking gray in my beard went away and I got an inch taller. And like,
yeah, just a side effect. Shoot it again.
Yeah,
fucking 6'2" after have all this hair.
Like fucking Bobby's fucking 48 and he went from 5'4" to fucking 6'1".
Yeah, he keeps going down to Panama. I don't know why.
But. Yeah, like every week, and like fucking just flying all over the world to all the different ultra high end stem cell places, just fucking cycling, like fucking found a youth, fucking shit.
I like it.
I really don't really give a fuck if I'm any taller though, but if I could pack a little more onto my wiener, that would be more fun. If like I had a
you ain't lying, bud.
I mean, I'm sure I look really impressive naked because I'm pretty fucking good, but I'm so little it makes it look like just it's like a monster. But yeah,
you like midgets. Looks like they all have huge cocks.
Well, we know what Steve's been watching.
How many midgets have you?
I don't know. I don't watch midget porn, but
does Andy count as a midget? What the fuck, bro? That's fucked up.
Oh shit!
This man out here wilding out.
Yeah, Drew. I think you need some stem cells, but get your ass to 9 foot tall.
I'm about it.
Shit, I can't get a demo. I'm too big.
I'll stick my head in the window, fills the whole window, changes the fucking loading, and fucking blows speakers up. There's just fucking fat ass head. Well, shit, you remember like. I don't know how many of you guys remember this shit. And I wasn't like a big time baseball fan, but I was a fan well enough to be like, what the fuck happened to Mark McGwire? That motherfucker got like 2 inches taller. His head got bigger and he was fucking jacked like a WWE fucking guy. Over like a 3-year period of time, he went from.
Well, look at Barry Bonds. He was skinny, like 180 pounds.
completely. He was like a skinny black dude, and then he was just. He even had the distended belly thing a little bit
his
too.
forehead got
Weird.
gigantic. He had like the biggest forehead in the game. It's all from roids.
His fucking hat size grew like fucking a full number. He went from like a 7 3/8 to a fucking 8 3/8 or some shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Your head got bigger at 33 years old. The fuck are you on, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
I like
yes,
baseball.
I'll take it. Give me that shit. Like, here, I wouldn't do that shit if I was 25 or 30, but I'm 48. Give me that. I'll take it right now. Give me all that shit. Those guys are all still alive. They're doing good. I'm into it. Send it.
That's true.
I don't have any money though. That's my problem. Like,
dude, the tallest dude in car audio that like was shocking to me. God, I'm gonna forget his.
Steve Mead is for sure not the tallest guy in car audio. I think he's 1 inch taller than me.
I think his name is.
Maybe he's 2. Maybe he's 5'6".
Steve's not tall, but Matt. Do you guys know Matt Lamb? I'm pretty sure it's Matt Lamb.
Sounds familiar.
Dude, he's like 10 feet tall. He's human. When I met him in person, I was like, holy fuck, you're huge, dude. He's like 6'10, fucking 340, like big.
That's
boy.
a big motherfucker. Is that one of the guys from FI? Because one of those guys from FI is like 6'7", 6'8", right?
I think he's part of that Team Wang and something up in Wisconsin.
So I think John's about an inch taller than Drew, John Raby, right?
Yeah.
Drew's like 6'4", John's like 6'5".
Yeah, John's pretty big. What's his name from Dropping Hurts? Cody's a pretty big boy too. I'd say Cody's probably 6'5", 270, 280. He's big. Not fat at all. I would not fuck with Cody. Who else? Philip. Philip's a pretty big motherfucker. Although he's lost a lot of weight, but he's still pretty big.
I mean, he's still a big, tall dude. He's big. He's probably strong as fuck. He probably feels even stronger. You know what I mean? When you lose length that way. I mean, have a harder time pushing somebody around like a lineman, but like picking somebody up and throwing them through the air. He'd probably do that pretty well.
What's his name up at Sundown's a pretty big boy too. Is it Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. Jimmy's a big ass dude. Yeah.
He's a strong motherfucker too.
Casey's a big Jeff is 6 feet wide.
What happened to him, dude? I don't see any of his stuff anymore. Is he gone? Did he disappear already?
Big Jeff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He
All I
just
know
had a
is
show like last weekend.
I had no idea what Big Jeff looked like at all. But when we were at the Sundown show and this dude in a golf cart and he had like a huge fucking shirt on that was like a circus tent and he had a giant belly flap, like his belly was like hanging down like next to his calves, hanging out the bottom of the shirt. And he went by and Allison was like, I think that's Big Jeff. Like, I think you're right. I would put some money on that, baby. She's like, yeah, that's my. I was like, ugh.
Poor Big Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Poor.
I don't know. I'm sure there's some other tall people we're forgetting about.
Holy shit! This kid's son is 6'1" at 13.
That sounds like I was.
I'm starting to think a test is in order.
He's like, I'm 5'7".
Yeah. He's like, I'm 5'7". My wife's 5'3". yeah, probably.
And his skin is very dark.
Milkman 6'5". I don't know what the fuck. Oh my God.
UPS driver.
Yeah. All the like UPS guy comes by, Amazon guy, all fucking. You're like, fuck, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris Eisenhower is probably 6'1" or 6'2", huh? I think so. He's a pretty thin dude, but he's really tall. His beard is like really fucking long, and so it makes him look shorter because it's so like it looks, like it's down to here. But like down to here on me is, fucking 12, 13 inches. On Chris, it's fucking 19. It's like
how Byron's pretty tall too. How tall is Byron? Like
I think
6'4"?
Byron's 6'1", 6'2".
6'2",
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the B pillar seal off is like fucking 14 inches in that thing, so the driver's seat could go all the way back and lean back a little so that Byron could sit exactly how he would sit if he was driving the vehicle.
Dude, there's one picture I saw of Byron's build. I don't know if Hammy took it It was recently. The shadows were so good. It was taken like dead center, and just the way that everything was so blacked out around it, and all you can see, like you could see the bars that were welded kind of backwards, or like into the cabin a little bit, or
Yeah.
because like just the way the picture looked, it framed it so nice. I got to try to find that picture. I'll show you.
That shit was a lot of fucking work, dude.
Fuck yeah.
That's why we made some cool shits. Let me describe what we did on this Tahoe. And it's going to develop every time we do a vehicle that's similar to this.
Do you have pictures of that online at all yet, or not yet?
Not yet. No, not yet. I'll probably be sharing some of that shit like tomorrow. I don't like to share any pictures of anything until like it plays, because by the time it plays, we might change some shit. You know what I mean? And you change anything, and there's like 800 fucking annoying ass questions. So, but
and then people telling you how you should have done it.
Oh yeah. Oh God, dude. Always. Dude. I can like, that's why I don't like to post like I made it a point to fucking post that blemish that happened when I overworked the shit out of that piece of acrylic, and I still had dumb fucks telling me how to work with acrylic and epoxies, and none of them were even close to right in any way, shape, or form. It was absolute nonsense. One guy's like, I used to build boats, so you should have. And I'm like, but anyway, so so Colt and I were talking, and I was like, look, the seatbelts still have to go back in, and I want the full function of them on this thing. So I want to make a plate. So what we did on the monkey box, and you saw that, right, Steve? So the monkey box, and the monkey box is kind of like cheating, because we could just take a piece of 3-inch flat bar and cut some little little C-shaped hoops out of it and drill a bunch of holes in it. And we just fastened it up the B-pillar. And then we just put them in with tech screws first. And then we put a piece of angle steel up the whole side of the box structure. And then we welded steel between the two. And then we welded the shit out of it. And we took that assembly out. We had them sprayed with bed liner, and then where all those tech screws were, we put threaded rivet inserts in, and then we bolted that shit, and we put some adhesive in and sealed it all off. And it worked out really, really good. So then, so on this Tahoe, it's a lot more complicated. The B-pillar on a Scion, it has like this much arc, like just a little tiny bit. The fucking B-pillar on a Tahoe is like this. It's like, and so
right, yeah.
Colt took a piece of cardboard and some blue tape and fucking made me this piece that was shaped, and he drew lines on it. And he's like, on these lines, I want you to have Steve to cut like 16th inch wide little space, and then it'll bend easily at those points so it can fucking follow the whole B-pillar all the way up.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then I'll just lay a bead across those once it's all welded together, and that'll make it fucking super strong and not leak. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. And he was like, yeah, that's how you do shit that you want to bend. And this is how we did it at this other place that he worked at. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't even ponder that. So it was a great idea on Colt's part. And so I designed the part, and we cut a piece out of cardboard on the laser, and Colt fucking did a test fit, and he marked it up, changed this, changed that, make drill holes here, went, fucking made changes. And we did this like 6 times. And then finally I made one out of acrylic, and Colt like heated it up with a torch and like kind of warped it into place to get the result we wanted, and was like, that should be fucking awesome. And so then I had Steve Mead fiber laser these parts out, and they fastened to the fucking B-pillar. And then we put the 3-inch fucking angle steel on the box, and then we actually fit directly. Well, we put a piece of 1.5 inches that welded up that part that was fastened to the B-pillar. And then we just had a piece of 6-inch that went between the fucking corner of that piece and right to the fucking 3-inch, all the fucking way up to 8 inches from the top. And then they made like 3 different little triangles to fill the top. And then they just weld the shit out of that, pull that out. We'll get that sprayed with bed liner, and we'll bolt that fucking thing back in. So
what are you guys bolting it to?
The B-pillar and the box.
Okay. What'd you do to the B-pillar? Like, did you bury like some nuts in there, or some
threaded rivet inserts? So first, when I put a threaded rivet insert into something like on a door or something, if I pre-drill the part, I pre-drill it with like a little pinner fucking hole, and then I'll put a tech screw through that hole, and I'll do like a self-driller tech screw into the metal.
Okay.
And then when I take that shit apart, I'll overbore that hole through that component bigger, so it'll fit a 1/4-20 or something, or an M6 or M8 or something. And then I'll put that size threaded insert into that. I'll use a step bit just right to get that. That way I get the most perfect alignment between.
And what do you use in the threaded insert? Like, how are you keeping that in there? Are you gluing them in? Are you tack welding them in? Or are you?
Oh, it's a fucking rivet. Like, you haven't seen one of those?
Oh, it's okay. So it's a riveted one.
Yeah, it's a rivet insert. Yeah, threaded rivet insert. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, those work really good. If you can get it to where that thing kind of squeezes into the fucking hole, like just fucking right, and then you don't go all Hulk like a dummy. Like the first few times that we did them, I used to fuck those things up all the time, and I would squeeze it just a little too hard, and it would bend it a little too weird. But if you just me and Ray Pimley, we took and put a cell phone in the door panel of his door when we were working on his Jeep. This is fucking 6 years ago or some shit right now, 5 years ago at least, and we filmed it. And I just went, boop, and there's just barely a little bit of pressure. And as soon as it got hard, I stopped like a tiny bit and then I just unscrewed it, and it was fucking perfect. So when you're using those nutsert threaded rivet inserts, if you can get them to squeeze through the fucking hole, like the way you want things to squeeze into holes.
Right.
And then you don't squeeze the fuck out of it, because you'll distort that shit and get what you'll cause is you'll compress it too much, and the threads will misalign with the primary hole, and then the primary hole will fucking rub the threads of your bolt when you're threading it in there, and that will cause fucking issues. So and then to fix that, you fucking feed a tap into it, and that will clean up that fucking edge. And that's how you fix it if your shit's all fucked up. But try not to make your shit all fucked up, because fixing shit that's all fucked up is way better than just not fucking it up in the first place by like 100x.
Have you ever tried using those attachments for a gun for the?
I haven't yet. I just haven't had an application where we needed that, and me and the guys are so experienced with the cool little sets we have that it's really simple. And we're never doing a giant fucking array of them. Like it's rare that we're doing more than a half a dozen, so it wouldn't save us time to sort that all out just yet. But yeah, I'm interested in having one of those. I like each of these B-pillar things have like 6 of them in it.
Let me show you the one that I've used before.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah, those look great.
And it works really well. The only thing is you have to like you've got to
just right?
Yeah, you've got to start low and then get up to the setting you need, because they will break. Like if you put too much
they'll
torque
mush
on them,
too much. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure if you just use it like the clutch setting on your fucking Milwaukee, and you're like, I'm going to start at level 1, and you're like, burnt. You're like, oh, that's not tight enough. Click 2, 3, 4.
That's what you got to do. But if you do that, it'll last basically forever, and it makes it so much easier, dude.
Yeah. If you have direct alignment, I mean, the ones we use, you just thread it on the thing. You get this thing, you put it in, you go, and you're done, and you just unthread it, and you're good. And so this, if we were doing significantly more, then I would be, oh, I know we're going to do fucking 2 dozen, 3 dozen of those fucking things. I would for sure jump online and order one of those things. So
if you end up start doing that a lot, they're definitely worth it. You save your arms, and it's just faster, easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So anyway, so that's what we're doing on that. And so when we got the parts from Steve, and Colt took the first metal actual piece and was putting it in the Tahoe, the 2 parts, he mapped it all out, and he had to cut them a little bit and made a couple notes on them, and he wanted me to adjust some of the bend points just to make it a little bit better. And he brought it all over to me, and I jumped on and I updated the file. So like the next time I'm going to fuck with one of those Tahoes or an Escalade that has that same B-pillar assembly. And I'm really hoping that like Jerry Eastman's truck and Jim's new Escalade have a very similar B pillar assembly. I'd be really surprised if they were significantly different, but I'll obviously, I mean, I already know I have 2 builds to do with regards to doing it that way. So we'll develop the exact same thing for the for those newer GM trucks as well. 2015s is the models that both Jerry and both Jim have. So we're going to be doing a wall build for Jerry, and currently the idea is to build a flat wall with probably 6 15s. So that should be a lot of fun. Yep. Yeah, we were designing a 4th order, and then when we were at the show the other night, Jerry was having a lot of fun getting demos in a guy named Tyler's flat wall, and Tyler's flat wall performs really well, and he was kind of like, I think I want to do a flat wall, and I was like, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Like, one of my favorite builds that I've ever fucking been in is Steve Duncan's flat wall with 715s, and that motherfucker's nasty, and you'll be doing numbers too. We're gonna do a driver's side port. Like, I'm like, fuck, I'm expecting mid 60s with a flat wall in a crew cab Chevy. I mean, it's been done. I'm just gonna be like, emulate some shit that fucking Drew and Steve already did as best I can, and make it solid as fuck, and make it nice and clean and pretty. And
yes, gotta make her solid, bud.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Chevy.
Damn, I ain't built shit that was like, oh wow, that's hella fucked up.
What year is it, Bobby?
Jerry's is a 15.
It's a 2015.
Yeah, crew cab. Yeah,
full size crew cab.
Rest in peace, dog.
You should be able to do 815s there, but yeah, that cabin's gonna fall apart.
Yeah,
you hear that? Well, I mean, we're gonna B pillar seal that bitch off, and we're gonna. You know what I mean?
It's everything in front of the B pillar is the problem.
Yeah, the dash, all that shit. The
firewall, floor, they're just weak.
Oh, 2018.
Weak. No, it's 2007 and up. All of them.
Yeah. My 09 just got wrecked from fucking
18.
4.8.
Jerry's is an 18. Same thing. So we do have some really good techniques to reinforce the floor and the firewall stuff that we should be able to implement on that, and we'll be, we'll help him wood laminate the roof real good. Maybe we'll try to reinforce it before it's a big problem. But yeah,
look like Matthew Brown's truck, salt shaker. He's been through like 13 doors, and his hood broke off at the last show.
He's got 815s, right?
Yep.
It's a 4th or 6th?
4th.
Oh, this is going to be in the cab, crew cab in the cab, because he needs his whole bed to kill animals and throw them back there.
Oh shit! So even amps and all that shit's going inside the
I think we're gonna have the amps in the amps will be in like a toolbox in the bed, I believe. Right, Jerry? That what we're doing? But I mean, I think I can even if we were putting amps in the cab too. I'm confident that 615s is still very, very reasonable.
Flat wall for sure.
Oh yeah, you can do 815s in a crew cab.
I think we could do 8. I think we could do or like 5 or 6 18s.
If you did like 6, you're doing a drive. Yeah, with the drive report, you should be able to do 8, 6, no problem.
Yeah.
6 18s? I don't think there's enough height.
Yeah.
Nah, probably not. Because Duncan's isn't. I mean, it's full caged, and it's 715s barely fit. They're like both physically and airspace wise.
But you remember how Greg Corbin's flat wall was with 815s? It'd have to be something probably like that, where it kind of goes like this, like the subs go like 1, 2.
Yeah,
3,
then
4,
then we
2,
start
3,
getting into a build complexity that's not super realistic for.
No. I mean, just the baffle as far as the subs, the way they sat like 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then kind of like a parenthesis shape. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like two kind of half moons. They like followed the shape of the cabin, because just like you said,
I'm thinking of what you're putting down. But that would be like very complex building. That,
Yeah, I mean that's how Duncan's is. Duncan's is fully caved.
Rectangular shape structure that we can build efficiently and
yeah, I mean it's just a baffle.
He's not trying to break fucking records and kill people with his, but he's not Greg Corbin. I think we're gonna keep it.
Well, I think Corbin, when he added the flat wall like that, was doing like high 60s, 68s or something like that.
Yeah, I think we'd be really happy with like a 62 or a 64 if we're doing flat wall with, I think that'd be really cool. I think if we got out the gate doing a 160 and then figured out how to add some gains over the next year or two, I think he'd be really happy with that.
Yeah. 62 flat wall is it feels like more. You're getting loaded on.
Yeah,
see if I can
but
find
should be good.
Picture.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm gonna fucking build you a box, and we're gonna I gotta get you to a 160. That's gonna be in there. We're gonna do that shit.
60 is easy.
Yeah, 60 is pretty fucking easy. Yeah, so it should be real good. So yep. And we'll probably be using Gately woofers. That's the plan at this point. Should be fun. Yep.
What the hell?
What you working on, Mr. Drew?
Can you see that?
I do. You got a little fan on a little board, and it's got some wires.
The 4-channel amplifier with built-in Bluetooth and DSP.
Okay. What product is that? Doesn't have a heat sink or anything, huh?
Yeah, that's what the fan is. I don't know how to turn my camera around. But working on it. I bought a couple of these for some bookshelf stuff like a while ago. But I'm bringing those DD speakers with me, like my desk speakers, to Oklahoma, so we can set up like a little reference system in the Airbnb. I'm gonna use this little amp to power it.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. And I haven't set one up in like 6 months, so I'm having to like read on how to do it again.
Well, shit, damn, fuck, gentlemen.
I found the picture. Hang on, before we get off.
What do you got? You found the picture of Byron's build? Is that what you were doing the last 20 minutes? Oh no,
5 minutes. Just a few minutes. That's when Greg had.
Yeah.
So that was the 815s in Greg's Dodge mega cab or double cab.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't exactly how I thought it was. So yeah.
I don't know, Jerry. That looks like a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it's more doable than you think. It's not as complex. I mean,
I wonder if we could do like a really creative fucking 518s or something like that.
Maybe. Well, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna get this little bit of stuff done, and I'm going to bed.
Oh yeah, we got to do Jim's giveaway, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, well, you can hop off if you want, Drew.
I'll wait.
Well, what are we doing for the giveaway?
How many hairs are in Drew's beard?
Oh, I'm gonna be here a while.
Drew has a count of that. Actually, he tracks it each day.
Let me see.
All right, let's see. What can we ask about Jim? What's Jim's favorite casino game when he comes to Las Vegas?
Hookers. Oh, wait.
Whoa.
What's Jim's favorite drink? Only I know this.
Jizz.
Yeah. For real though, let's. What can we do? What can we?
Strangely enough, that's the answer to his favorite drink and his favorite casino game.
Just.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get him drunk enough.
Fucking Jim, like you are exactly right about how many beard hairs that Drew has. You win. Hooker jizz.
Actually, you know what, Jim? Okay, enough people are answering about the gambling so everybody, you got a minute. Guess a casino game that fucking our homie Jim likes. He likes to gamble. He's a gambler.
He's good at
Jim,
it too.
you could post your answer. I think I know what it is. Drew, this is quite a different view of your beard.
It's like we just saw the underside. Oh,
This is
whoa.
like this is the cock view. This is what his dick's looking at all the time.
That's what his wiener looks like while we're on the show. It's just pointed straight up at the bottom of his beard. Wow.
The bottom of your beard's all white, dude. What's up with that?
Sticky. Why can I tell that the bottom of your beard is sticky from an image?
All right, Jim, post up in the comments your favorite casino game. Somebody's got to get it right. Jambalaya. Oh, he messaged me the answer. All right, let's see here. Facebook. You know how to post videos to Facebook? You guys remember those commercials?
Nope.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
It's roulette. Roulette. Who said roulette first? I saw it way up here somewhere. Let's see. Okay, first person to say roulette was John Kent. All right, so there's my question. John's got a point. Unless he just wins. Do you guys want to choose a question?
What?
Huh? Make a question?
Sure. What's Max's real name?
Are we talking about the dog?
Yeah,
I think you already used this as a question, Drew.
Well, then I guess they should get it right. Yeah, I probably did. You're right.
I'm like, I think that you did that, but I don't actually remember it myself. So there's that.
Ah, yes, Fabian got it. That's right. Duramax.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, we're not going to count that one then.
Goddamn kids.
Let's see. What else can we ask about Jim?
What about Jim? Yeah.
Does Jim have both his ears pierced or just one? Or what else does Jim have pierced besides his ears?
Oh dear.
We're calling the cops.
I don't feel confident.
All right. You fuckers ask a question. I got mine in.
Okay.
Uh,
What is they only have 60 seconds starting right fucking now. What is the most expensive product on Jim's website?
Oh shit.
Jim, you're about to get some traffic. At least possibly 40 people. Only 60 seconds?
Yeah.
The most I'm gonna no, those aren't on there. Those are custom. Is there a custom option? Is there a drop down for custom? Is there a jizz cover, jizz plated fucking bass knob?
There's gonna be.
Pearl white. And it's like you remember those cups that have the water in between the actual cup and it looked like it has water in it? You do that, but put like pearl white shit on the inside. Have a jizz box, free cock box. That'd be cool though to do a cock box like that, I think. Quad billet alt bracket. Oh, that probably is it. 32 1-out inputs. 32 odd input. Yeah. That's a big ass piece of steel or aluminum right there. All right, has it been a minute, Bobby?
Yeah, at least.
All right, Jim, what is it? Did anybody's people get it right? God, my butt's starting to hurt on this seat. All right, nobody get half-hour demos in the Explorer. Ass might fall asleep. What is
It's cold.
Jimmy?
It's cold sitting down. Like it's cold down here.
When you say that's it, Jim, what is it?
Does Big Jeff have?
Okay, I think it's the quad alt bracket.
I think so. That's where I started. I was trying to find.
Hey, Jim. Can I have one of those for free? Thanks.
I'll put a sticker on my car.
I'll promote you, bro. I'll promote you.
Hey, you know what would be gangster as fuck though? You know, it'd be gangster as fuck is if you did the alt bracket in copper. That's big fucking can't hide money shit there.
Bam. See, I got a sticker, dude. Send me stuff.
Yeah.
You already do
Send him a quad alt bracket for a Chevy. For his
Whew, my butt is asleep, boy. I got a button loose here. You're gonna have to do some button things.
Where's the bus bars?
All right, so now we have 2 people that have 1 point each. So, Drew, you want to do
They're
tiebreaker?
the only two eligible for the last question. What do you got, Drew? Hopefully, it's something that drags people onto Jim's website because I think that's the best way to do this shit.
All right, so is this last question just between the 2 that got it right so far, or for everybody?
I don't know. I mean, because then what, right? Then also we got to go on and on until there's fucking 37 people that have one fucking thing.
Yep. We should really plan this out one day.
No, we shouldn't. I think the clusterfuck is super entertaining. What do you guys think? Do you guys like watching us fumble fuck our way through this shit?
Probably not. They probably want a better way to win. Like, this is retarded.
I don't think anybody's like, man, I got fucked ever. I think this is the best way to make it a definitive fucking winner.
All right.
I'm fucking.
What brand shirts does Jim sell?
What brand?
What brand are they? Let's go.
Yep.
Like Gildan? Like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Does
Why
he
did
sell
you
shirts?
already say probably the name, Steve?
What? I mean, there's a lot of shirt manufacturers. I didn't know Jim sold shirts. Jim, I need a shirt, dude. This whole time I don't have a Jim shirt. I gotta buy one. What the fuck?
Damn, did John get it? Damn, look at John.
No, it is a Gildan.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Steve. You ruined
Well, I still have to
everything.
go check. I mean, I don't know. It could have been anything.
Gildan's just high quality, so I mean, it makes sense. Is what he used.
All right, John Kent, you win. You're gonna get your choice. Either one of those fuse block, or what are they? Distribution blocks, I think.
Yeah.
Or the is it a pair of amp racks? Is that what it was? Or one amp, a set? I don't know. You choose. Amp rack or.
Speaking of John Kent, I got his speakers here, bud.
Jim, do you want John to just hit you up? And John, I got to hit you up too about being a sponsor of the Showdown. We got to get some Rogue Audio on the West Coast, dude. Nobody's used that stuff over here. So get out here and show us what's up. All right, John, hit up Jen. He said that's fine. 2 pair of black or back wall.
All right, buddy. I'm out.
Thingy.
All right, kids.
Pleasure.
Be nice people. Fix your engine noise. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, hang on.
What?
Don't leave yet.
Okay, what do you got?
Because you said fix your engine noise, it reminded me that I made a new shirt.
Does it say fix your engine noise?
Yeah, you didn't. I posted it. You didn't. You must not have looked at it. Okay.
I didn't see it.
So yeah, I made a few new
was
quietly
thinking
loud things and put them
videos
on.
of fucking Uncle Brad.
So they are on caraudioswag.com. We have a little sticker.
Oh, sick.
Fix your engine noise. Be nice to people. And then we have this tee, which is just that big logo on the front.
Oh, that's dope.
And then also, then I did one. How do I get out of here? Go back. It's front and back. So front chest and full back. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, if you guys want to buy a shirt,
5X. Can we?
I have to look. I believe they go through 6. Let me
So
look.
now you really have to buy one, TF Bourbon, because we got them for you, son. Look
Yeah,
at that.
up to
Man.
5XL. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. All right, boys. Everybody
All
have a
right.
nice night. See you
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week.
Yeah, you guys go buy those fucking shirts. That'd be great. Do that shit. Those are fun.
Or the stickers, whatever.
All that shit. I mean, you don't have to buy that shit, but you should.
Cool. All right, guys. Later.
All right. Have a good night.